arthritis, there are many different forms and many treatments, but probably the biggest one would be osteoarthritis, which is generally wear and tear. And Bridie, it's really a big issue amongst athletes, especially as they get older.
Definitely. Anytime you've had any type of injury that's going to make the joint more inflamed, cause more compression, it leads to a lot of pain later in life. I've definitely had it myself.
And this is not just something that affects athletes, and certainly not just older people. This is something that affects young people too because of obesity.
Yeah, well, we're going to check in now with an expert on arthritis, Ornella Clavisi, who's a research manager at Move Muscle, Bone and Joint Health. Thank you so much for joining us. As we said then, osteoarthritis, it's a big one. What are the actual symptoms of it?
So usually people experience sore or stiff joints, and they struggle to do everyday tasks. So just getting up and walking, or they can get it in their hands. It can happen in any joint. So you can get it in your hips, you can get it in your knees, you can get it in your hands, you can get it in your ankles, you can get it in your feet. So it can happen in any joint. So it's just stiff. It's being stiff and restrictive movement or restrictive motion. So it does impact on your ability to do things.
And what we know about inflammation is that it tends to be really awful when you wake up in the morning. You feel stiff and sore, but actually as you get moving, it often decreases. The pain might improve slightly, or the range of motion might improve. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So movement's really important for the condition, and it helps lubricate the joints. So it's important that people do some form of activity or be active. And it seems counterintuitive when you think about it because people are in pain, but it actually is really good at muscle strength, movement, and also mood, all sorts of things. It has lots of benefits.
Well, Nella, we hear a lot about things like fish oils and turmeric, and certainly there's definitely medications available. How does the treatment stack up for arthritis?
So for fish oils, there is good evidence to say that fish oils are good for rheumatoid arthritis, probably less evidence for actual osteoarthritis. So what it is though is that it's high in omega-3, so it's good for reducing inflammation, but just the evidence isn't there. But if you're taking it and it's working for you, then by all means keep taking it. The things is that not all fish oils are the same. So there's fish oils which are actually extracted from the body of the fish.
Cod liver oil? Cod
liver oil is extracted from the liver, of course, of the fish. And the problem with that is that it's very high in vitamin A. So what happens is that there is the risk of having vitamin A toxicity, and it's not good for women who are pregnant, and that can be a big risk to the baby. And it also can cause liver damage, and it can also cause hair loss. So you've got to really think about, what other things you're taking, because you might already be taking a supplement which has vitamin A, then you're taking cod liver oil. So that can accumulate in your body. And really what we say is that you should talk to your health professional if you're going to take anything. You might have other medication which may interact with it, because people with osteoarthritis just don't have that condition. They can also have cardiovascular disease, they can have diabetes, they might be taking a multitude of medications. So we would say, go and speak to your health professional, go and speak to our nurses on our helpline. We have specialist nurses on our helpline which can help you with that and give you information about, if you want to take a new supplement, about the things you should think about before you do that.
We've talked about obesity as being, the rise of obesity is paralleling the rise of incidence of arthritis. I think that's the other challenge too, is how does one with arthritis lose weight so they're decreasing the load through their joints, and prescribing the right activity for people who perhaps can't go jogging. Yeah, for sure.
Bike riding.
Yeah, so there's lots of things that people can do, particularly if they're very sore and they can't do high impact activity which may impact on their joints. So we would recommend more gentler activities like warm water exercise in hydrotherapy pools where they're actually warm to a certain temperature. It means you can do more, you have a better range of motion, the load's off the joint, and also the warmth of the pool or the heat actually helps also to loosen up the joints, so they can do a lot more. There's other exercises that you can do, like chair-based exercises, which can build the quads to try and, which is good for muscle strength in your legs. And also there's Nordic walking as well. So Renee's going to show us, demonstrate how Nordic walking works. So Renee, would you like to? She's our
Nordic walking expert.
Yes.
So why would you walk with poles, Renee, and not just walk on your own?
So Nordic walking is great because you actually activate a lot more muscles. When we walk normally, we use a lot of our lower muscles, and we actually activate our upper muscles and help take the load off the lower joints, which some people with arthritis find it difficult to, if they've got arthritis in their knees and their hips, they find it difficult to walk. So it actually takes the pressure activates more muscles, helps with balance and posture, and burns more calories.
So essentially, it's a bigger workout.
Yeah, definitely. So by activating a lot more muscles, you actually work harder aerobically. You can burn up to sort of 25% more calories than regular walking.
And probably provides a bit of stability for people who maybe don't have enough lower body muscle mass and strength.
Yeah, definitely. And people are feeling a bit unstable, by having the poles there as a bit of support can sort of help them do a daily walk.
We've got some gloves here that you brought in, Ornella, that the ladies are going to demonstrate.
So that
Model.
sort of... Sorry.
What are they?
Yeah, they simulate what it's like to have arthritis in your hands.
Wow.
And so if you can think about...
It's pretty difficult to do any fine
Yes.
motor movement, and it feels stiff and really challenging, you know.
Of course, so trying to do up a button, do up your shoe, wash your hair, butter your toast, all of those things can be really, really difficult.
This is a really big issue in society.
Yeah, it is. It affects 1.8, osteoarthritis in particular affects 1.8 million Australians. 1 in 3 days off work is actually attributed to arthritis and muscle, bone and joint health. And it is the main reason for people presenting to their GP. It's one of the biggest conditions that people present to their GPs.
Is there a website people can check out?
Sure. Our website is move.org.au, and we also have a helpline, 1800 263 265.
Ornella, thanks so much for joining us.